Fill in the blanks. First question. The Queen of Ullal, who helped Hiriya Venkatappa Nayaka to defeat the Portuguese, was? The answer is Abbakka Devi. Second, Rani Chennamma ji fought against the Mughals and protected dash. She protected the son of Shivaji, Chhatrapati Rajaram. The answer is Chhatrapati Rajaram. Shivappa Nayaka occupied the coastal forts of the Portuguese in the west and got the title. The answer is Padugadalodaya. Padugadalodaya. The places which were ruled by the chieftains were called Palayapattus. Palepattus. Palayapattus. Fifth one. The revenue system started by Shivappa Nayaka was called Shistu. Sistu. So the first answer is Abbakka Devi. Second, Chhatrapati Rajaram. Third, Padugadalodaya. Fourth, Palayapattus. Fifth, Shistu. Next, answer the following. Under that, let's take up the first question. What are the achievements of Hiriya Venkatappa Nayaka? Answer. Venkatappa Nayaka was popular among the kings of Keladi. Second point. He took out a military expedition till river Chandragiri in the coastal region. Third. With the help of Queen Abbakka Devi, he defeated the Portuguese in Mangaluru. He defeated the Adil Shahi forces of Vijayapura and established a victory pillar at Hanagal. Last, he also encouraged all religions. Let's take up the second question. How did Shivappa Nayaka encourage the Goa Christians? The answer is, the Christians of Goa were experts in agriculture, and so he encouraged them to migrate to his state and provided land and other contributions. Third question. Write a short note on Shistu of Shivappa Nayaka. The revenue system started by Shivappa Nayaka was called Shistu. As per this, the fixation of land revenue was based on the fertility of the soil and irrigation facilities. About 1/3 of the production was collected as land revenue. This systematic revenue system was called as Shistu of Shivappa Nayaka. I hope the answers are clear. Please write down as points only. We will now begin with today's lesson. Now let's begin with Nayakas of Chitradurga. So if you remember, in the last class, we learned that the Nayakas or Palegaras were minor chieftains who paid tribute during the period of the Vijayanagara Empire, and the small territories under the Nayakas were called Palayapattus. The Nayakas of Chitradurga ruled as Palegaras from 16th to 18th century. They ruled as feudatory chieftains in parts of eastern Karnataka. After the decline of the Vijayanagara Empire, they made Chitradurga their capital. So 13 chieftains ruled this province for about 211 years. Here's the list of the most famous rulers who ruled Chitradurga. Rajaveera Madakari Nayaka 1754 to 1779 CE. Madakari Nayaka was the most powerful and popular among the Nayakas of Chitradurga. He ascended the throne at the age of 12. He helped Hyder Ali several times during wars. But Hyder Ali became jealous of his valor and decided to defeat him. If you all could recollect, we learnt under Nayakas of Keladi that it was later occupied by Hyder Ali of Mysuru. Now let us know who Hyder Ali was. Hyder Ali was the commander-in-chief to Krishnaraja Wadayar II. Krishnaraja Wadayar II was the 18th Maharaja of the Kingdom of Mysuru. Hyder Ali was a brave and an adventurous person. He won many battles and accumulated a lot of army and wealth. This act of his made him gain respect from the king. So the British rule had already begun in India by then. The British came for business and gradually became powerful in politics. The British did not tolerate the expansion of the Mysuru kingdom in the south by Hyder Ali, and this led to an inevitable clash between Hyder Ali and the British. The 4 battles waged by Hyder Ali and later by his son Tippu Sultan against the British are called the Anglo-Mysuru Wars or the Mysuru Wars. These are important topics. You will be learning about them in the upcoming chapters. So this was just a small information about Hyder Ali. Hyder Ali attempted to lay siege to the 7-ringed fort of Chitradurga. But it was an impossible task to occupy such an invincible fort. And hence, Hyder Ali failed in getting through the 7 concentric walls built as defensive structure around it. The soldiers of Hyder Ali tried to enter the fort of Chitradurga through a secret passage or a secret entrance in the absence of a watchman. At that time, the wife of the watchman, called Obbava, killed the enemies with her wooden pestle, which is nothing but the Vonaki. That secret passage is present in the fort of Chitradurga and is called Obbavana Kindi. Obbavana Kindi, Obbavana Kindi. Hyder Ali was not prepared to accept the defeat and attacked the fort once again. And this time, Madakari Nayaka was defeated in the fierce battle, and the dynastic rule of the chieftains of Chitradurga province ended with the rule of Madakari Nayaka. And after this defeat, the dynasty came to an end. Now let's know all about Chitradurga. Chitradurga is an attractive hill fort consisting of 7 encircled forts. The Nayakas of Chitradurga built several temples and tanks inside it. The Brahmasagara and the Bhima Samudra tanks are their contributions. The Nayakas of Chitradurga are known for their bravery and valor. Now let's start with Nayakas of Surapura. Nayakas of Surapura. Surapura in Yadagiri district is situated in between the rivers Krishna and Bhima. You can see this on the map, children. From 1637 to 1858 CE, 12 Nayakas ruled it. Gaddipetta Nayaka was the founder of this dynasty. His ancestors were in the Vijayanagara army. They are one among the scattered groups after the fall of the Vijayanagara Empire. Later, after getting an official permission from the Vijayapura Adil Shahs, they started to rule from Vaginagiri. Pitambari Baharipidda Nayaka made Surapura his capital after constructing it. Children, I request you all to kindly write down as I am taking the lesson, as most of the points that I am going to teach now is very important. Now when you learnt about Nayakas of Chitradurga itself, we learnt about the entry of the Britishers, isn't it? So, Britishers had already established themselves very well. Hence, with the agreement of the British and the Hyderabad Nizam, Surapura came under the control of Hyderabad. Raja Nalvadi Venkatappa Nayaka, who was the son of Raja Krishnappa Nayaka, came to power. The news of the First War of Indian Independence reached Surapura. When was the First War of Indian Independence fought? Yes, in 1857. So, the news of the First War of Indian Independence reached Surapura, and Venkatappa Nayaka had a plan to fight against the Britishers by unifying the kings of South India. He also enlisted, that is included, the Arabs and the Rohillas in his army. Who are Rohillas? Rohillas are a community in India who belong to the Rohilkhand region in Uttar Pradesh. And he also started to train his army. Who started to train the army? Nalvadi Venkatappa Nayaka. On hearing these developments, the British officer Thornhill wrote a letter to Captain Campbell on 24th December 1857 and directed him to take immediate action against Raja Venkatappa Nayaka. So why would they do that? Because they don't want Venkatappa Nayaka to go against them. Correct? So immediate action was taken after that. The British regiment entered Surapura in 1858 and the battle ensued. The enraged army of Surapura broke the bones of the Britishers. Meanwhile, Nalvadi Venkatappa Nayaka travelled to Hyderabad to bring the special forces. The British forces entered Surapura by then and destroyed it. The Prime Minister of Hyderabad Nizam, Salar Jung, handed over Nalvadi Venkatappa Nayaka to the Britishers on the pretext of helping him. That is, he pretended as though he was going to help Venkatappa Nayaka but betrayed him and handed him over captive to the Britishers. Who betrayed Nalvadi Venkatappa Nayaka? Salar Jung, Salarjung. Who was he? He was the Prime Minister of Hyderabad Nizam. So after this, the British kept Nalvadi Venkatappa Nayaka in a prison at Secunderabad. Later, he was subjected to inquiry and was awarded death sentence. On the plea made by a British officer, Meadowsay Taylor, the Governor General of India dropped the death sentence and condemned him for 4 years of deportation. So deportation is an act of forcing somebody to leave their country. So here Nalvadi Venkatappa Nayaka was forced to leave his dynasty, leave his place. So they treated him as though he didn't have a legal right over there. While he was taken to a fort in Chengalpet near Madras, the British betrayed and shot Venkatappa Nayaka. Later, they also spread a false news that he committed suicide. After all these incidents, the British gifted Surapura to the Nizam of Hyderabad. So that's what the Nizam of Hyderabad also wanted, isn't it? And that was the main reason why the Hyderabad Nizam handed over Nalvadi Venkatappa Nayaka to the British. And for this act, the Britishers gifted Surapura to the Nizam as they favoured them. The successors of the Surapura province spent their time under the Nizam. Finally, when the province of Nizam of Hyderabad merged with the Indian Union on September 17, 1948, Surapura also merged with India. The Nayakas of Surapura have contributed to the field of culture, and their rule still finds resonance in the minds of the people due to their pro-people programs. They built tanks, temples, wells, forts, and palaces. They also gifted land as inam to sustain the worship of God Venkataramana at Tirupati and Gopalaswamy. They had offered patronage to many artists, sculptors, and musicians. Many literary works of good value were written during their reign. They were known for their religious tolerance. The Surapura rulers always accorded prominent place to the paintings. Next, Nadaprabhus of Yelahanka. Ranabhaire Gowda is the founder of Yelahanka Nadaprabhu dynasty. After him, Jaya Gowda, Gidde Gowda, and others ruled. The most popular ruler of this dynasty is Hiriya Kempe Gowda. Therefore, the rulers of Yelahanka are known as the rulers from Kempe Gowda dynasty. They were Nadaprabhus during the rule of the Vijayanagara Empire. They ruled Bengaluru, Ramanagara, Tumakuru, and undivided Kolar districts in their period. Since Yelahanka was the first capital, they are called Yelahanka Nadaprabhus. Later, Bengaluru and Magadi were their capitals. Hiriya Kempe Gowda 1532 to 1597 CE. Hiriya Kempe Gowda was the founder of the Bengaluru city in 1537 CE. He built a fort in Bengaluru and started his rule from there. He built the Basava temple of Basavangudi, Someshwara temple of Halasuru, and he also extended the Gavi Ganga Dareshwara temple, Gavi Gan Gareshwara, Gavi Gangadhareshwara temple. He is credited of building several prominent tanks. Some of them are Dharmambudhi tank, Halasur tank, and Sampangi tank. Hiriya Kempe Gowda was a devotee of Gangadhareshwara of Shivagange, and he also built several chowtries and agraharas. He also earned the title Prajavatsala in recognition of his pious administration. The title is Prajavatsala, Prajavatsala, Prajavatsala. Next, Kempe Gowda II, 1597 to 1641 CE. Kempe Gowda II was the elder son of Hiriya Kempe Gowda. During his period, the army general Ranadullah Khan of Vijayapura Adil Shahi occupied Bengaluru in 1638. Hence, Kempe Gowda II started to rule Magadi and Kunigal regions and made Magadi his capital. So Kempe Gowda II made Magadi his capital. Why did he do that? Because the army general Ranadullah Khan of Vijayapura occupied Bengaluru in 1638. Who was Kempe Gowda II? He was the elder son of Hiriya Kempe Gowda. Usually, the rulers of this family are called as Magadi Kempe Gowdas. Kempe Gowda II had marked the borders of Bengaluru and had built 4 watchtowers in the marked places. During his reign, Bengaluru grew as a major weaving center. He built forts at Magadi, Savanadurga, Huliyur Durga, Hutri Durga, and others. Like his father, he also constructed new villages, temples, and tanks. Kempe Gowda II handed over the political power to his son Kempe Gowda III and the power of Kunigal province to his another son Hiriya Kempe Gowda II. So he started ruling Magadi and Kunigal, isn't it? So Kempe Gowda II had 2 sons, Kempe Gowda III and Hiriya Kempe Gowda II. So he gave the Magadi province to his elder son and the Kunigal province to the second son. Kempe Gowda III constructed the Kempa Sagara tank in order to tackle the drought. Hiriya Kempe Gowda II was not only brave but knew multiple languages, that is, he was multilingual. He earned the title Nava Kavita Gumba Pumbhavani. I repeat, Nava Kavita Gumba Pumbhavani. N-A-V-A Nava Kavita K-A-V-I-T-A Gumbha G-U-M-B-H-A Pumbhavani P-U-M-B-H-A-V-A-N-I. So he got this title in recognition of his literary achievements. His queens built agraharas, tanks and temples in Kunigal and Huliyur Durga. Later, the regions ruled by the Yelahanka chieftains merged with the Mysuru province. Here is a list of the watchtowers built by Kempe Gowda II. So, here are the following areas of present Bengaluru. The North Tower is in Mekari Circle. The South Tower is in Lal Bagh. The East Tower is in Halasuru. And the West Tower is in Gavi Gangadhareshwara. Okay, so I repeat, North Tower, Mekari Circle. South Tower, Lal Bagh. East Tower, Halasuru. And West Tower, Gavi Gangadhareshwara. Okay, so these are the 4 watchtowers built by Kempe Gowda II. Now let's quickly summarize the important points to remember that we learnt in today's class. Nayakas of Chitradurga. They ruled as chieftains from 16th to 18th century. 13 chieftains ruled this province for about 211 years. Mathi Timmanna Nayaka was the first king of this Palayapattu. Rajaveera Madakari Nayaka. He was the most powerful and popular among the Nayakas of Chitradurga. He ascended the throne at the age of 12. Hyder Ali was jealous of his valor and decided to suppress him and besiege the fort of Chitradurga. The soldiers of Hyder Ali tried to enter the fort after knowing the secret entrance in the absence of the watchman. At that time, the wife of the watchman, named Obbava, killed the enemies with the wooden pestle Vanaki. This secret passage in the fort of Chitradurga is called Obba Vanakindi. The main contributions under the Nayakas of Chitradurga are the tanks that they constructed, the Brahmasagara and the Bhima Samudra tanks. Nayakas of Surapura 1637 to 1858 CE. Surapura in Yadagiri district is situated between the rivers Krishna and Bhima. The founder of the Surapura dynasty was Gaddi Piddanayaka. They started their rule from Vaginagari. Pitambari Bahari Piddanayaka made Surapura his capital and ruled from 1687 to 1726 CE. Raja Nalvadi Venkatappa Nayaka. He was the son of Raja Krishnappa Nayaka and came to power after him. In accordance with the agreement of the British and the Hyderabad Nizam, Surapura came under the control of Hyderabad. Nalvadi Venkatappa Nayaka got the news about the First War of Indian Independence, and then he tried to utilize this chance to drive away the Britishers, and he enlisted the Arabs and Rohillas in his army. On hearing these developments, the British officer Thornhill wrote a letter to Captain Shambil on 24th December 1857 and directed him to take immediate action against Raja Venkatappa Nayaka. The battle ensued in 1858. The Prime Minister of Hyderabad, Nizam Salar Jung, handed over Nalvadi Venkatappa Nayaka to the British. So here, if you remember, we learned that the Nizam of Hyderabad betrayed Venkatappa Nayaka, correct? He told him that he would help him and finally handed him over to the British. And then the British shot him dead and they spread the false news that it was a suicide. So after that, the Surapura rulers spent their lives under the Nizams. The Nayakas of Surapura were known for their religious tolerance, and the rulers always accorded prominent place to paintings. First main, fill in the blanks. Rajaveera Madakari Nayaka helped dash several times during wars. Second, the Nayakas of Surapura started their rule from dash. The secret passage present in the fort of Chitradurga is called dash. The founder of Surapura dynasty was dash. The founder of Yelahanka Nadaprabhu dynasty was dash. Answer the following. Write a short note on Rajaveera Madakari Nayaka. Second question. Write a note on the achievements of Nalvadi Venkatappa Nayaka. Third question. What was the title given to Kempe Gowda II? Your next slide is match the following. So with that, we complete Nayakas, Padhegaras and